I think death has got a bad rap, a little bit. It's not fun, let's face it. From someone who's lost a parent at a very young age to someone who sees it on a pretty regular basis. It's traumatic. It can be instantaneous. I mean, death has so many pictures to it, and it comes at you in so many ways. Whether you are ready for it or whether it just surprises us. It's never fun. I've never known anyone that said, man, I'm glad that person died. I'm glad death came into our lives. But on the other hand, we can walk it out in a way, depending on what you believe, maybe, depending on how you think about the person, in a way that doesn't have to be kind of an end-all for some people. I see people that struggle years down the road with the death of someone, a loved one, a husband, a wife, a spouse, a child especially, and they just can't seem to get a handle on it. I believe, as a pastor, I believe as myself in personal relationship with God, that there's more to just this life right here. So to me, this death that takes place isn't the end. It isn't final. And to be able to bring that into people's lives and to be able to walk them through that and to have them maybe see a glimpse of the fact that there's still hope, that the person just isn't in that box as they would see it laying in that grave, in that ground, that they come to and visit a plaque on the ground, and that's the end of it. Hopefully, death is a bigger picture than that, that there is an eternity, that they can see that while this was tragic maybe, while this was unexpected, while this leaves a big hole in family or friends, it doesn't have to be a thing that sticks with them the rest of their life. Memories of the person you should never lose. The thought of death can go away at some point soon. The grieving process must happen. If we try to hide the fact that we hurt, if we try to hide the fact that, you know, I'll go to the service and I'll walk away and not really think about it, we're fooling ourselves. Death really does have a sting to it, and we have to walk through that process. It doesn't have to be, though, lifelong. It doesn't have to be something that we can't get through. With counseling, with a relationship with the Lord, with help of a place like a great mortuary and people that have walked you through the process correctly, friends, family that hold you up and walk you through. I don't think death is a final stage of life. It's one of the stages. To quote the Bible, Ecclesiastes says, every person, there's a time to be born and a time to die. And then after that, there's all these verses that talk about what happens between that birth and that death. As a pastor at a service, that's what we honor, is all that took place between life and death. Unfortunately, some people's starting point and ending point is shorter than others. We still honor what took place in between there. The Bible then goes on to say that at that point of death, maybe that's not the end. In fact, not maybe, it's not the end. We have a chance to then live eternally in heaven with our Lord. He came to this earth, he died so that we could do that. That's our option that we have. So to bring that in and try to add some spiritual value to a service, to a family in grieving, to give them hope when in a lot of cases it's hopeless or it seems hopeless. I'd like to say it's my job, but it's more than that. It's really what I live to do every day, is to how can I walk someone through a process when they're struggling, when they hurt, when there's not much to hold on to, and we're trying to throw a lifeline of any kind out to them.